When you see that pog face, you know it's gonna be good. Hello detoxers, you know I'm improving. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be chatting about text game right here in his DMs. Yeah, next time in the future I'm gonna get like my boy Hayden to edit a Vine Boom sound effect instead of me doing it myself. It's kind of low-key cringe. Boy, why am I making this so fucking Gen Z-esque? I just need to get straight to the point. So anyway, yeah. What you guys are wanting here was, you know, some text game advice. So basically, your boy Thomas has been on Facebook dating for probably the past year now. Started being on there since just before summer last year. Can't remember what month. I think it was. Might have been actually after that. I can't remember because I remember that I made this new Facebook account, like, you know, late last year, late 2022, I can't remember, I get my mom's confused, but I think I got it back late September. So I think I was using Facebook dating actually just before Christmas. Let's just say late November, right? And I've only ever got 4 matches, so the back pillar's gonna be like, oh my god, like, you know, it's all about genetics and looks, you know, like, it's so fucked for me, man, because I'm only 5'7", so it's so fucking shit, man. My life is fucking over. Nah, man. I think the shortest height a woman will date is 5'5". Like, it depends what woman, but they won't go shorter than that, genuinely, because, you know, Charlie, as I mentioned before, Penguin Zoe, aka Moist Critical, he's not even 6 foot, and yet he's got a chick, so just fucking disproves what fucking half of the black pill community says. You ain't fucked if you're not even 6 foot, okay? 6 foot only gives you like maybe 85.5 advantage. The rest of like the 15.5% is just on game and mainly looks. You know, if you're not even like, you know, if you're not even 6 foot, as long as you got looks and good social status and humour, and you can provide a lot for, you know, whatever girl you're looking for, whether she be chunky or got the hourglass shape or whatever looks wise, or even, you know, some will go to details of eyes, you know, it could be like a hazel brown eyes or like a bluey green one or anything like that, you know. But mainly I'm just doing an analytic for this, you know, analysing this, I mean. So I was chatting to a guy. What the fuck? I just pulled a fucking ninja, bro. I'm keeping that in, man. I'm not gonna get aimed to edit that out. What the? Yo, I'm gonna drink to that. Fucking cringe. I was chatting to a girl. I meant to say. Yeah. We're gonna call her. Let's call her Tina, okay? Tina, because I've censored out her name, Tina. It's obviously longer than what I said, but let's just call her Tina. I hearted her, because, you know, that's how all these dating sticks work, you know, with fucking Tinder, Hinge. Personally, if my phone is compatible, which I'll show you right after I do this part, I'll show you that 2 of the dating apps that I'm on about not compatible on my phone for some fucking reason. It ain't no setting bullshit. It genuinely is not compatible on my phone. Had an iPhone, you know, 15 or whatever, we would have been like more compatible bollocks thing, because I've noticed quite a lot more apps like more compatible on either certain Samsung devices, which I've got a Samsung Galaxy A12, in case you lot are wondering. But anyway, let's get back onto the whole text game, because half of it is genuine game, the rest of it is like needs a tad bit worked on. So I brought a brownie. Anyway, I go. Hey there, Tina. You're just the woman I want to learn more about. And she went, oh really? So already I've caught off her interest. You don't just go straight to asking her questions. You need to introduce yourself and explain, you know, why you're interested in her, and then you jump straight onto the other parts that I'm going to say next, which I've actually messed up on. I'm not showing the rest of the DMs because I ended up, you know, blocking her and deleting it, which I'll get onto the whole story afterwards, so don't worry, I haven't done any sketchy shit. So if any woman, you know, tries to frame me like fucking the whole Tobuscus drama happened a while ago, and the fucking Andrew Tate dilemma, which, by the way, so far has been fucking false with him actually sexually abusing women. That is so false, it makes me fucking cringe, like, big time, okay? But anyway, then I replied with, that's for sure. So, tell me, what does this sexy Tina have interest in? And then she put music, but first time she effed up and put 6, as if it's like some 1990s, you know, EDM group or some shit. And then after that, we were just chatting on, you know, like, different artists. So I was saying about I like Lewis Capaldi, Slipknot, should have mentioned Juice WRLD, but I also mentioned Stray Kids, which is a K-pop group, because I love my K-pop. You lot can judge and say, oh my god, man, you're so feminine like in fucking K-pop. Imagine that, man. Absolute cringe. Nah, man, I like it, okay? If you don't like it, then that's your scene, okay? I don't judge, but personally, I like K-pop, and if someone wants to change me with that one, fuck off. Anyway, so yeah, then I ended up. Now, this is very 50-50. It's risky, but if you genuinely want to take risks, which I recommend, you know, another alpha, he's technically alpha, but he doesn't count himself as alpha, because personally, when you're in the dating game and you want to be a high priority male, I'd say it's best to semi-count yourself as an alpha. Like, don't just be like, you know, go up to him and be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm the alpha, man, I've fucking dated over 10 chicks and I've fucking at least smashed over 10. Like, over 10, where it's like, oh my god, like, the women getting all fucking flustered and shit. It's like, no, I don't work like that, you know? You can chat them up and make them feel all hot inside, but, like, not by stating that you're a high-value male by saying, oh yeah, I'm the alpha. That's Omega cringe. Omega cringe. And I've got some accountability here. Even though I made this TikTok, by the way, if you want to follow my TikTok, that's real, United We Improve _03. So, yeah, that's my TikTok account, which I've always put in my descriptions of the video, so go check it out. I've almost reached 60 followers. I had to block some of the followers, though, because a lot of them were either troll accounts or bots, so that's what I did. But anyway, I made a video saying about, like, this, there was, like, this Sigma male test, and I got, like, I think 25% or something like that. It was quite low, but then, yeah, it could be better. But anyway, Sigma males are pretty cringe, right? You know, like, full Patrick Bateman vibes. But personally, if you want to be high status male, don't even just count yourself as any of these bullshit, you know? You're not beta, right? You're not an alpha, and you're certainly not a Sigma, right? You're just, if you want to be more like, you know, these top men, like, you know, Jack Hopkins, which I was mentioning about earlier, aka CEO Testosterone, Harbonator, fucking, even Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? You know, these proper high value men, even 50-50 about Jeff Bezos, but he can't had a glow up anyway, even though people rumoured he'd been on the roids, he's been on a certain type of roids. But, you know, he's an entrepreneur, and for the people who've been living on a rock, I don't know what the fuck an entrepreneur is. An entrepreneur is a guy, or woman for that matter, but it's more known to be men, not to sound sexist, I'm not going to get cancelled for saying that shit in the future, where you running, like, mainly multiple businesses, like including online business, you own, like, at least quite a few companies. I've been an aspiring entrepreneur for a while now, hence why on my Instagram, my Twitter and my TikTok I've actually stated about entrepreneur in that, and then most of the time because I've put that in, it ends up attracting, you know, fucking these fake Bitcoin gurus or some scamming hoes where they're not even actually the H word, they're just, you know, half the time bots, they're not all scammers, where they sign to DMs, they act interested, and then they'll either ask for credit card details or they'll ask for some Bitcoin shit. So, yeah. Anyway, back onto the text game. So, what I was mainly jumping into, which I should have done, which I learned from Hamza and Jack a while ago. So, anyway, shout out to them lot if you want to go check them. It's Hamza Ahmed on YouTube, or CEO of Testosterone for Jack Hopkins. They made plenty of videos about, you know, game and how to pick up women, and, you know, the younger Hamza obviously made more like fuckboy videos, but the one now doesn't promote that shit, which I respect. He's had the biggest glow up in the past 2.5 years. So yeah, and me on to you, Detox, as well. Don't be a fuckboy, alright? You'll regret it in later on, you know. It's just, it is instant gratification It's not good for your mental health, and it will eventually burn in you in the long run. But now mainly onto what I messed up on. So I ended up not really having a date plan. I just kind of said about the whole, she was interested in ice skating, which is true, and I didn't mind it. I think there's one in Birmingham, because she was from Birmingham, this Tina, and she's 19, the same age as me, and yeah, it was just good to start. I mean, it's not really the best advice, you know, to have quote-unquote experience. It is better waiting. Hamza said that a while ago, and I keep fucking almost meat riding, which is like where you keep bringing up and like almost like a soy boy. But it's good sometimes to bring up different YouTubers, you know, just to not only shout them out in a sense, but also just to get your point across that, wow, not only my voice is solid, but their voice is like 10 times as solid as me, because they're older than me, right? If I remember, if I'm correct, Hamza's actually older than Jack, I think. I could be wrong, but they're like around the same age, and they're like, I think Hamza's reaching his mid-20s, and Jack, I think, is a year younger. I can't remember. I might have got this so wrong, but yeah. But yeah, and I recommend cold approaching girls. Cold approaching is where, like, you go up to girls and you just, you know, you don't ask them out straight away, but you kind of introduce yourself, you know, do semi-flirting, but don't go too over the top. And then as soon as you two become hopefully a thing, then you take risks in the bed. But I'm not actually going to do that. That might be for a future video. Half of the things I'll say, I'll give credit to Jack Hopkins, because he gave some very risky tips that, from what I've heard, are genuinely worth it. I know it sounds like the most incel shit ever, but it probably genuinely works out in the long run. So keep your heads up for that. Anyway, back for text games. So here's some shit to notice. You know, go get a fucking textbook or any type of journal, whatever, and jot this shit down, because, you know, even those two, as I mentioned, I'm not even going to say the names, I've been fucking milking it so much. Basically, write these down. So, first, I think I just bumped, sorry. So, first things first, right? Introduce yourself. You can, right? Say what you're interested in, but don't write a fucking essay about yourself. Like, don't write sometimes like over 10 paragraphs long. Max, do 5 at first. Okay, 5. Like, don't make it too long. Get straight to the point. And then, you know, after you're chatting for a bit, you know, like 4 texts, then get straight to the point. You know, say like set up a date. That's what I should have done beforehand. So yeah, notes for future reference. If I ever get a match again on Facebook doing, then that's what I'm going for. And then after that, meet up. Don't be awkward. Make sure to do plenty of eye contact. Don't do too much where you're like this, staring into the fucking soul. Women hate that. You know, you can occasionally look to your side a bit. Just don't look down, because that shows like you're being submissive, like a cook. And yeah, and I'd say if you do want intimacy, don't do on the first date. And I've heard that from plenty of rational people. I think even once Brian from the podcast, whatever, mentioned that as well. You know, if you fucking shag someone on the first date, then you know what shag. If you don't know what shag is, it basically means sex, right? If you have sex with a woman on the first date, that's a major red flag, because it obviously means that, you know, not only you're not got your priorities right, but she's probably going to dump you probably a week later or fucking cheat on you. So don't do that. You know, if you want things to take it reasonably slow, then wait for things to happen on the third date. But personally, I'd advise second, because, yeah, that's just how I roll, and that's how, truth be told, my dad rolls, I guess. Because from what I remember, he advised me on that as well. But yeah, never first date. I keep that in mind as well. Don't push things too quick, because it works shit in the long run for yourself and for your potential girlfriend. So yeah, detoxers, I hope you got this all in check, written some of the shit down. Yeah, and also, most importantly, 1, don't simp for her, and 2, also as well, use her condom on the first time, because you don't want to get her pregnant just straight away, just in case if she's not your almost soulmate, because, you know, soulmate's kind of reasonable, like, you know, debatable, I mean, nowadays, but, you know, is your true love, right? Because that could be for your second time. And lastly, I've already mentioned simp protection, so, like, no simping, I mean, don't simp. And also, do not be clingy, especially in person. Like, text, you can maybe, if you want to text her twice a day, maybe like, you know, early afternoon and at night. I don't do it in the mornings anymore because I used to do that and I used to get stuck in a spiral and it got repetitive and I was worried that it was repetitive and it felt repetitive and I just got this vibe, that crush from a while back. You know, I'm talking about that 30-odd-year-old from Norway. But yeah, long story short, take this advice properly, not with a grain of salt. You need to take it and let it all sink in. Okay? Hope you got that. Love you, Detoxes to Dev, and I'll see you all next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this advice. Peace.